Welcome to International Student Brief. The content of the briefing includes AI, taxes, real estate, healthcare, best of 2023 theme weeks. Tough going in China has global investment banks looking abroad. Football's broadcast revenue boom is over, what happens now? Rich people's problems, you only live once, so I need 2 mortgages. Universities eye offshore fix for foreign student surge. AI, taxes, real estate, healthcare, best of 2023 theme weeks. Yahoo Finance has provided a roundup of its theme weeks in 2023, which covered a range of topics including taxes, real estate, retirement, retail, student loans, electric vehicles, EVs, healthcare, and the top stories of the year. The articles featured expert insights and analysis on various issues, such as changes in the tax code, the state of the real estate market, retirement planning, the evolution of retail, strategies for managing student loans, the challenges of EV charging infrastructure, Amazon's push into healthcare, and the impact of artificial intelligence. Tough going in China has global investment banks looking abroad. Nikkei Asia. Global investment banks are searching for alternatives to China as their advisory businesses in the country slow down due to a decline in deal activity and increased competition from local firms. While Japan and India are emerging as appealing alternatives, experts warn that offsetting the slowdown in China will not be easy. Beijing's crackdown on the tech sector and tensions with the West have slowed the wave of Chinese companies listing in the US, while a clampdown on the property sector has halted real estate giants issuing high-yield offshore bonds. Football's broadcast revenue boom is over, what happens now? Financial Times opinion. The COVID-19 pandemic has caused a decline in the value of broadcast rights for football leagues across Europe. No domestic TV rights package agreed since 2020 for any of England, Spain, Germany, Italy or France's top leagues has set a new high, even in nominal terms. This decline in revenue could have serious consequences for smaller clubs, especially if the 3 o'clock blackout rule in the UK is repealed, allowing live football to be shown on television during the time slot when smaller professional teams play their matches. Rich people's problems, you only live once, so I need 2 mortgages. Financial Times. The broadcaster James Max has 2 mortgages and has no plans to pay them off before he retires, he writes in the Times. Max is not alone. For many people, leaving large sums when they die is no longer a concern, he adds. Instead, they prioritize enjoying themselves in the present. Max, who is now 53, has fixed-rate mortgages that will remain affordable when they expire. The plan is to downsize his London property when he retires, to pay off the outstanding balance. If Max were refinancing today, he would opt for a tracker or discounted variable rate, waiting for the right time to pounce. Universities eye offshore fix for foreign student surge. The Sydney Morning Herald. The Australian government is encouraging universities to set up campuses in other countries and offer more online courses in order to reduce the number of international students coming to the country. The government's migration overhaul aims to ease the pressure on migration and reduce the number of foreign students arriving in Australia. Universities are being urged to establish a greater presence in Southeast Asia and the Pacific and partner with institutions in other countries to split their courses, allowing students to study offshore. Commander-in-Chief Zelensky responds to proposals to conscript Ukrainians living abroad. Yahoo! Valery Zelensky, the commander-in-chief of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, has stated that the decision to draft Ukrainian citizens who have gone abroad should be made by the central executive authorities. He emphasized that the armed forces should fight, but not encroach on the peaceful lives of Ukrainian citizens, including those who have left the country. Zelensky suggested that the decision-making process should be entrusted to the authorized bodies of central executive power. He also expressed his willingness to organize training for Ukrainians living abroad who wished to join the army. Well, folks, it's your favorite 6-degree observer, the 6th Doctor, here to give you a roundup of some interesting news from around the world. We've got a mix of topics today, including finance, real estate, sports, mortgages, education, and even the military. So grab your popcorn and let's dive in. First up, Yahoo Finance has had quite the year, covering a range of topics from taxes and real estate to retirement and healthcare. They've provided expert insights and analysis on various issues, giving us all a better understanding of these complex subjects. I don't know about you, but I could definitely use some expert advice when it comes to taxes and healthcare. Speaking of real estate, it seems that global investment banks are looking for alternatives to China as their business in the country slows down. With China cracking down on the tech sector and tensions rising with the West, it's no wonder they're exploring other options. But as experts warn, finding a replacement for the Chinese market won't be easy. It's like trying to find a new favorite flavor of ice cream after your go-to flavor gets discontinued. It's tough, folks. Now, let's talk sports. The COVID-19 pandemic has hit the football industry hard, causing a decline in broadcast revenue across Europe. This could have serious consequences for smaller clubs, especially if the UK's 3 o'clock blackout rule is repealed. Imagine being a fan of a smaller team and suddenly not being able to watch their matches on TV because the big leagues are taking up all the airtime. That would be a tough pill to swallow. But enough about sports, let's move on to mortgages. It seems that broadcaster James Max is living life to the fullest with not one, but two mortgages. He's all about enjoying the present and not worrying about leaving a large inheritance. I guess he's taking the "you only live once" motto to heart. But hey, as long as he has a plan to pay them off in the end, who am I to judge? And finally, let's talk education. The Australian government is encouraging universities to set up campuses in other countries and offer more online courses to reduce the number of international students coming to Australia. It's like they're saying, hey, we love having you here, but maybe spread the love around a bit. It's an interesting strategy, but will it work? Only time will tell. Well, that's all the news I have for you today, folks. I hope you found it as fascinating as I did. Remember, it's always important to stay informed and keep an eye on what's happening in the world around us. And don't forget, I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on these topics? Do you have any burning questions? Let's keep the conversation going. And as always, stay curious, my friends. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.